So, Thursday Night Smokes this week. Slightly different. Tidying up. Basically, I've had a very busy day shooting today. Just finishing off an M81 before I actually decide what I'm going to smoke for my Thursday Night Smokes. As bad as that sounds. Anyway, here's a little bit of the mess. So, the tripods are still set up. Apologies for the very haphazard way. I'm missing a tripod. So, a couple of tripods there. We were shooting episode for the podcast here. And the interview for the second podcast, because we're getting ahead slightly, we did over there, which, there it is, there, we did there. And that was with Davidoff. That was a very interesting interview. So yeah, stay tuned. That will be coming up in the second podcast that we're doing. First one is just going to be me and Gary basically introducing ourselves and what the idea of the podcast is. Anyway, I'm going to tidy up slightly and then I'm going to go sit on the steps and talk about this week's Thursday Night Smokes. Right. So basically, having the Dartmoor 12, basically I wanted to celebrate. Diamonds glass, cigar cutter, stand, and more importantly, cigars. So yeah, I'm having a strong cigar tonight. In fact, it's the second one of these this week. Going for a nice little, stubby little D6. Mainly because I fancied something stronger. In fact, I need something stronger because I've smoked quite a bit today. So yeah, I'm going for something with a bit more punch. Be interesting having this, to be honest. I've had quite a few cigars today, and just before, as you saw, I was finishing off an M81, which is quite a punchy cigar. So I needed something equally as strong to help, well, to hopefully get it. Otherwise, I risk, well, not tasting my cigar, really, because I've gone up in strength as the day's gone on. So I'm having that, along with the Dartmoor 12, mainly to celebrate. We recorded that first interview for the podcast, which is going out in episode 2 of the podcast. We re-recorded the actual podcast as well, because for technical issues, yes, there are technical issues from time to time, I messed up some of the sound. So you couldn't hear Gary, which didn't really help. Cheers. Oh, there's a lovely caramel note on that. Oh, actually, that really works. Oh. Lighter. Did I pick up a lighter? Yep, that one I do. Yeah, so the filming's been done. Now I have to edit it all. Annoyingly, the files are about 16 gigs each for the interview I did with Davidoff, which means it won't fit on my iPad. So I'm going to have to do it either on my phone or bang out one of my old computers and do it on that. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that works. So yeah, I'm now unwinding, taking my own advice and stopping for a minute before I carry on tidying up. It's amazing how much mess you make. So I thought I'd sit on the steps for a change. Do quite like it here because it's a bit more of a raised view of the garden. Yeah, the interview was a nice interview with Davidoff, actually. It's very informative. There's a few things I've learned there that I didn't know, and I think therefore most people probably don't know, and a couple of things that I found very surprising. So yeah, you're going to have to stay tuned and watch out for that one. Hopefully everybody will stay tuned and watch out for it and go and subscribe to the Tasting Hour. That's on, well, you know, the platforms it'd be on all platforms actually. So yeah, stay tuned for that. The first podcast, we're hopefully going to get it out. Let's have a look at the dates, because it is currently 8:30 Wednesday evening, before tomorrow being Thursday Night Smokes. So I'm hoping the interview, well, the first podcast will probably be maybe the 25th, 26th. That's when I'm hoping the first podcast is going to come out. So hopefully it'll come out before the big summertime smoke, which is on the 2nd of August that I'm going to. That should be an interesting one, because definitely doing some interviews while we're up there as well. So the third episode will be stuff from the Big Smoke. So that's the way I'm working it at the moment. So everything's sort of playing out as it should. Now the pressure's on for me to edit it all, of course, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. I haven't had D6s for a while, and I have to admit, it's a cigar I really do like, but I think at the price point of these are at the moment, it makes it, you can get so much more cigar for the money. I think it's kind of a shame, but it is a lovely cigar. Don't know what else to say, really. I think that's pretty much it. It's been a lovely week. It's been a lovely day, actually. The sun has definitely been out today and definitely got a bit sunburnt, which doesn't surprise me, if I'm honest. While I think about it, I wanted to give a shout out to somebody who I bumped into last Saturday in Bradford-on-Avon, of all places. I was there with the wife, and he literally just tapped me over my shoulder as I walked past and went, "Oh, I love what you do." It's really nice to hear comments like that, especially out in public when you don't expect it. If you're going somewhere that you expect stuff, that's different. But literally in the middle of, well, nowhere for me, because I don't go to Bradford very often, that was really quite nice. It made my night, that did. So yeah, if you ever do see me out and about, do say hello. I don't bite much, but yeah, definitely say hello. Hopefully everybody's having a good week so far and looking forward to the weekend. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I'm probably filming the second episode of this podcast that we're doing to go around the interview that I've just filmed. So that will be an interesting weekend for me. Hopefully everybody's got something nice, and I shall catch you all on the next one. Sorry for the rambling on this video as well. I definitely am rambling a lot today.